into our mini lesson, which is how to build an email list. You know, a lot of you are doing things online and you've heard that email is the best way to sell. Now, it is true that across the internet, open rates are down. However, which means that people aren't, open rates is like, you know, when people are actually opening your email when they get it, right? So people have caught on quite quickly to this whole email marketing thing. It's true. However, it's still the best, the highest converting form of marketing besides just word of mouth referrals, right? So you actually connecting with people via email, sending out great content, letting them know about things that are happening in your world, all of that is still a really, really, really great way to capture people and to get those sales, you know? And you never know. I mean, you might put out something and you're just feeding into that relationship, right? Like you might not get a sale if you're super salesy and all the time like, buy this, buy our thing. But if you are really using your email list to build connections and nurture relationships, you'll see over time it will pay off. So I want to mention that this is a long game strategy, but it is absolutely worth it. So I think a lot of you guys know the value of an email list. We're going to talk today about the very practical, technical details about setting this up and then nurturing your email list. Okay, so one, we want to remember who our list is actually for. So with every single thing that we're doing on Weeknet website, with our online business, all of that, you want to make sure that you're going back to that brand avatar exercise. So just, you know, attracting the right audience. That's a freebie. It's in your member library. Brittany will link to it. And if you're not a Weeknet website member, if you're catching this replay somewhere on the internet, just know that we do have a freebie for you if you wanted to opt into that. So we'll make sure to link to it. But basically, you want to identify who is your content for, you know, what messaging do you need to put out to tailor to that audience. So if you haven't done that exercise yet, if you don't know who you're talking to when you type your emails, then please do that exercise. You know, somebody taught me a long time ago in copywriting, like in writing words for the internet, writing words for ads, stuff like that. One of the best things that I can do, and this is true for your email list as well, is think about my person every single time that I'm writing and just write with this like friend filter to them. So I've actually done things where I will like stick a magazine clipping of someone that looks like my target audience, and I'll just, you know, put her there. We have an avatar right now. Her name is Jen. She's 29. So we know who she is. We've named her. She has a face, all of that. And so I love actually picturing the person that I'm talking to when I'm writing my emails. And I know that other team members we have here at Weeknet website do the same thing. Okay, next up is, this is ultra, like we're starting from baseline, right? So like you need to choose an email list provider. So first we know, okay, we're writing to this person. Next up, you know, to actually write these emails, you should choose an email list provider. So I recommend MailChimp. MailChimp is free up to 2,000 subscribers. I will go ahead and show you their website real quick. Let's see here. Have it pulled up. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, I'm getting a weird screen here. I'm just going to try to do my desktop in general. Here we go. So this is MailChimp. Totally recommend, especially when you're getting started out. And here's why. So there are really, really great email clients out there, like you know, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign. If you're using Shopify, I would recommend using Drip instead of MailChimp. That is the one exception. So if you have a business where, you know, you have like your main informational and lead capturing website here at Weeknet website, but you have a store, like an online store, like through Shopify, then I would actually recommend using Drip. Drip CRM for that, because you can do all that fun stuff like, checkout options and different kinds of tagging that are optimal for that. We're not going to go into that in this training. But if you are just starting out, you're really new to email lists, MailChimp is free up to 2,000 subscribers and has great options. And it, like most other CRMs, does integrate with Weeknight website. So I'll show you about that in a little bit as well. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to want to do on our way to building our email list is create a freebie. So remember that we went back to our, in step one, we have our ideal customer. So mine's name is Jen. She's 29. She sells essential oils and she needs a website, right? So that's what I think about when I think about Jen. And I'm thinking about this when I'm creating her a freebie to kind of get her, give her more incentive to sign up for my list. So the thing about your email list is you want to constantly be delivering value in your emails, but also to get people on your list. You want to give them a little gift, right? So I recommend, here's some ideas. Like you can do a PDF. You can do, if you're a musician, free songs, or maybe there's a giveaway where they can win like a bundle of your free stuff, like a t-shirt, CDs, stuff like that. Think about ways that you can add value to the life of your avatar. And that works really well when you want to grow your list. The next thing that you want to do is create an opt-in page. So, beyond just telling people like, hey, sign up for my email newsletter, you actually want to point people to a specific link on your website that has a very simple layout. So there are some templates for this in Weeknight website, and I am going to show you one of those right now. Okay, so here in Weeknight website, we have, where are you? Yeah. Sorry, this isn't my computer that I'm using right now, so I keep getting a little lost. Okay, so we have this brand avatar PDF, and this is super simple. So we have a headline here, we have an email address, and then get the workshop and PDF. This is our offering. So this is that brand avatar offer that I was telling you guys about before, right? So, if you're in Weeknight website, you want to create something like this of your own, super simple. All you're going to do is go to templates, and you can actually find some opt-in templates right here within our platform. So there's that, this is an opt-in. It's actually called subscribe. So, I could even just, I'm going to append it because I don't want to get rid of all my stuff. But you can use this, and then you can delete some of this other stuff, or you can actually use it, the testimonial. Here's what you'll learn. In general, what we've seen work best is to keep this really simple. So just do, the headline. I definitely recommend having some sort of image of the freebie. So if you can do, if you have a worksheet, then actually have a mock-up image of your worksheet in and of itself, maybe a computer mock-up, something like that, because people with digital products, including free ones, they like to feel like they're still getting something tangible. And so when you make a mock-up and you put it on this page, they feel like, wow, I'm getting this thing that I could hold it in my hands if I printed it out, or I will watch it on my screen. They feel the excitement and the energy of getting a physical product, even though it's digital, when you mock it up. So I really recommend going ahead and doing that. Also remember that your headlines are really important here on this page. So if you are like, I have no idea how to create a killer headline for my opt-in, really go back and watch. A couple of weeks ago, Brittany did a webinar on keyword research. Watch that webinar. It will change the game for you, and it will help you find headlines that are actually going to convert and get people opting in to your email list. The last little bonus tip that I have for you guys too on your opt-in page is make this happen automatically. So, this says find your perfect clients in minutes, right? This is automatically, the subscribe form. It goes directly to my ConvertKit form because, WeConnect website integrates with all of these email list providers, guys. So that includes MailChimp, which I mentioned before. However, I want to show you this. So on Success, I have my success action. Instead of just showing a nice little message that's like, thanks for signing up, it actually redirects them directly to a page where I have this download. So I'm not doing extra work. I'm not manually sending people this link when they sign up. It automatically gives them access to what they just signed up for, which is really, really savvy of you to do. So I recommend that as well. All right, we are going to move on to our next tip, which is, I zoomed on past these, are mock-ups, make your subscribe form, redirect. Okay, number 5, along with them signing up, you want to create a welcome sequence. So you've already redirected them potentially to your freebie, which is great. But you also want to, you might have double opt-in turned on, which means that once they subscribe to your email list, they are going to get another email that asks them to confirm their subscription. Now, there's some conflict around this, right? Because it's great to have people do this because actually I've seen increasingly email lists and contact forms, especially in the last 6 months. I can't find documentation about it anywhere, but I have noticed, and a lot of my friends who also do similar things have noticed that there have been an increase in spamming on contact forms and on email lists. So what I would recommend is turning on that double opt-in so that you don't have a whole bunch of people clogging up your email list that you actually don't want there. So, email lists are not like, it's not like social media accounts where it's like the more the merrier. Like with an email list, you really want to have it as lean as possible so that you know that the people that are there are the ones who want to be there, that are serious about hearing from you. And yes, it's great to have this big bad list, but as soon as you keep on growing, you have to start paying for all those people to be on your list. So you don't want people who are never going to give you money back for it and never going to open your emails, right? Because we want our open rates to be nice and healthy. So what I would recommend is creating a welcome sequence that just reminds them like, hey, this is why you signed up for our email list, and here's what you got. You can even send them a little free gift. Like you can send them that link again, even though they got direct access, you can have it trigger the free gift link again in that welcome email. And you want to make sure that your email also has a little bit of personality. So it doesn't just feel like a little robot email. Make sure that people know that they're connecting with you. You are a real person, and give them that free gift and remind them why they're there. Okay, next up is you want to regularly engage and respond to your list. So I want to make sure that, you're not just creating this for like some sort of money grab. Like I said before, you really want to use your list to build connections. And I think what's really exciting is that I follow some people that are amazing influencers, course creators, and they have these huge lists. And I think it's so cool that a lot of times when I respond to emails, it's still them personally responding back to me. We love, love, love getting emails. When we send out our WeConnect website emails, normally it's myself and the team on those emails. I love that we get these personal responses like, thanks so much, this helped me a lot, or like, this is how I'm feeling right now. Thanks, for sending this. Like, to know that our emails made a difference is a huge deal. And I think that you'll know when you get those emails as well, and you want to keep on nurturing that relationship. Because if somebody took the time to actually respond to what you said, then that means that it's resonating with them. So make sure that you are responding back to them and nurturing your relationship in that way. And then when I say regularly engage, I mean regularly schedule out your posts and regularly make sure that you are showing up. Show up for your email list. Make it a priority to write an email every week or every month. It's kind of random and disheartening when like you sign up for a list and then you see nothing, and then a few months later, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, why am I on here again? It's very likely that if you're regularly engaging with your list, that people will get used to seeing your emails in their inbox. And it's not just like, oh, this random reach out from something I might have signed up to, a long time ago. They actually feel like they're building a relationship with you. Okay. And my next tip is never stop growing your list. So always, always, always keep on pointing back to your list. And, we at Weeknet Website, we do this thing in our blog posts, for instance. So I'll show you an example of that. Like, we have links to our list everywhere. And you should too. I recommend putting subscribe forums in your sidebars on your website, in slide-ins, things that pop up. I recommend putting it at the bottom of your blog posts like we do right here. Just always be thinking about ways to grow your list. Like I said before, it is one of the best ways to actually make sure that your online business makes money. So nurturing it and continuing to grow it is a really good thing to do. And here's some ideas for you. If you're like, okay, I want to grow my list and I want to do it in like a big way, like a scheduled, planned, strategic way. Here's some ideas on how to do that. So, you could create a contest or a challenge, like have people opt into your list and post like a giveaway, like, okay, to participate in our giveaway, you have to sign up for this list, or like that's all you have to do. We did this at the beginning of the year. We were giving away 2 Weeknet website installs. And we got like hundreds of people on our list from that, because people were like, what is this? I need a website. That's cool. To raise awareness about our product. You can create a Lightbox pop-up. So you can use in Weeknet Website, we have the Hustle plugin. And you can use that. There's also the Modal module in the builder. You can use that to create a pop-up for your list. I recommend, if you're going to do a Lightbox, make it an exit intent triggered box. So if somebody's about to leave your website, they see the light box and they're like, whoa, I need to watch out for this. Not watch out, like you're not warning them about it. You're just alerting them. Like, hey, before you go, get my freebie, or, whatever. Then other place that you can point to your list is when you guest post on other blogs, or if somebody has you as a guest on their podcast, make sure that you mention, the free thing that they could sign up for, and you're linking to your list in your bio. This is why it's really great to have a separate opt-in page, like we talked about, so that you can actually link that opt-in page directly versus just like, go to my website and do a thing. Like, you can actually capture that connection and that lead and build that relationship. I also recommend bring an iPad to events. Like, if you're speaking somewhere, if you're a musician, you're playing somewhere, and there are apps that you can download where you can collect email addresses. We actually used to do this for our band. Like, when we would play a show, we would do a giveaway of a t-shirt every single show, and it would be, from a list that like people would sign up, and the way that they would get entered into the giveaway is to give us their email. So we totally used to do that. But we tell people, like, you're not just giving us your email, like you're joining our email list when you do this. So like, we have their consent to keep on emailing them. So just make sure that you're not breaking the law or anything. You let people know, like, give me your email and I will send you my emails, my email newsletter. Keep it compliant, guys. Okay, if relevant, comment with your opt-in link in Facebook groups. So when you see people like, hey, I want advice on podcasting, like, oh, well, I have this great little PDF I made on that. You can comment with your opt-in page there. Also, make sure that you add your opt-in page link to your social media bios. So if you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, if you have a page on Facebook, make sure that you are adding link to your opt-in, like, hey, want to learn for yourself how to blah, 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 sign up here, stuff like that. All right. And that is not right. I had a couple slides on there that were tacked on, so please ignore. All right, if you want to learn more about building your list, read our blog, guys. So we put out blog posts every Tuesday. You are already on our list, so I'm sure that you are seeing those. So we will have the replay of this exact webinar in the Facebook group here at Weeknight Warriors. And definitely check out our posts on attracting the right customers, a love story, and make sure that you are going into your member library and looking for that free workshop that we do as well on that. Okay, now it is time for our website review. Very exciting. So if you don't know, here at Weeknight website, you can have your website reviewed as a member. Okay, so today we have, this is coming from, I believe her name is Gary, but is toddalmond.com, Todd Almond, or Totalmund. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. Okay, and the message is having a lot of fun on my music journey, creating my songs, recording them in studio. So he's a musician. Working with a mixing and mastering engineer, working with a professional photographer, and having loads of fun creating this website. It's a lot learning, but I'm loving it. I would love to hear some feedback on the website that I've created. There's still work to be done, I know. So basically just saying like, hey, I want my website reviewed. We are still going, but I want to get some feedback as is. All right, so I have it pulled up here. All right, so we have, I'm not sure if it's Todd Almond, Totalmond, so I apologize, Totalmond, if I'm saying that wrong. Okay, so I'm just gonna call you Todd for short. All right, awesome. So we do have some really great photos on here, which is super fun. We have a slide out. So just like I mentioned before, guys, with the whole list building, like you can have things like slide-ins and pop-ups and all of that to get people on your site. So first impressions. Okay, so we have Power Pop Rock by Todd Almond. I like how it tells me what I'm getting. And I think your photos are really great. I think that what could be used here is, and I get that you're a musician, you have a debut album coming out, which is very cool. From a design perspective, I feel like your palette here could use a little bit of contrast. So I feel like there's only a teal color palette being used, and you should try to find something that is opposite of teal to kind of give it some pop, give it some flavor, because or you can even do a monochromatic template, so do like different variations of teal. So it's like teal and then maybe like a lighter version of teal. It's almost more of, I don't know, I don't want to get color nerdy on you, but but maybe just do some other colors, basically is what I'm saying. Like I just want to see some other colors, so it's not just like a sea of green here. But in terms of messaging, I feel like it's clear. I love the photo. I think this is really, really great. And I see that you have the debut album, release date coming, and then a little bit about you here, which is very cool. I think this font should be bigger as well. I would recommend if you, because I believe that you're a part of one of our partner programs, which is SFS Elite, I would recommend looking at the tutorial through that. that really talks about how to build a musician-focused website, which it looks like you have a debut album coming out. So you might not have all that material yet. And so I'm sure that you're working on it. But these images are so great. I would actually make more like image backgrounds for these instead of just having like a standalone image. I mean, this makes sense, but like here, like I think you can make this section bigger, you know? But in terms of what you have now, like I love the shrinking menu. And I think that it's clear, you know, who you are, what you're doing, all of that. And I bet in mobile, this looks great as well. It does. Boom. So yeah, I mean, it's simple, it's direct, it's to the point. I think if anything, you can just zhuzh it up and make it more dynamic, more power pop, power pop rock. But I think that your photography is great. And so as you continue to work on it, really highlight that aspect of your website. So make bigger banners with your photos as the background images. I love parallax. The parallax effect in banners with great photo backgrounds like you have, because those really, really stand out and highlight the photography, but then, you know, you can still kind of see the text on the side. So I would love to see, I think in the next iteration of your website, I'd love to see this be like a bigger banner. But I do love what you did where like I can actually see the album, the fact that you have a debut album coming out here. So yeah, I think I would just say, Todd, keep going, and definitely just consider some other colors. So there's a site, if you wanted to, if you took this teal color and if you're looking for like the perfect color palette, if you're like, you know, I want to add in different things into my brand, but I want to do teal and I want to do like black and white too, I would recommend visiting colorlovers.com. Wow, I'm not typing well at all. Colorlovers.com. And what you want to do is you can actually type in, you can search palettes, but you can even search palettes by a specific color. So let's see here. They changed this around quite a bit, so it's a little harder for me to navigate. Okay, so I can just kind of like browse palettes here. And then let me see if I can find how to do the hex code version of this, because I think this will help you a lot. Give me one sec. Getting a tad nerdy here. Okay, so this is your background color. You probably don't need to do that crazy thing I just did to grab it because you know you have it in your editor. But let's type in the hex code. Oh wait, here we go. Okay, hex, boom, search. And then it's gonna pull up palettes that include that color. So like, here's one. Now, this specific palette, I would say, makes me feel like the beach, you know, and you wanna look at all these palettes really, really critically, actually. This is where you wanna be kind of a jerk and be like, okay, that palette makes me feel like, I don't know, ice cream or something, right? Because you don't want to start working with something and find like, wow, this is really not me. But like maybe something like this where, you know, you have your color here, but it has a range. So it's still kind of monochromatic in that it's like one kind of blue, right? But like you have a range here. Or, you know, maybe something more like this. Let's see here. You probably want to do something more like this where it's like bold colors, but just a suggestion, you know, I'm not finding anything right now that I'm like, whoa, that screams power pop to me. But it might be a good idea to look through this and just get some inspiration for some colors that you can put together that will maybe work on your site. I think if you just add like one more, and I would recommend a lighter one. I like this color. I think it's beautiful. I just think like, you know, just having a little bit of variety will be really great for the user. Mix it up a little bit. So I'm excited for you. It looks like on a tech end of your site, you're doing everything right. You're playing with slide-ins, you're doing your menu all cool and all that. So I'm really excited to see what you continue to build. And I'm proud of you for submitting your site for review. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you continue to do. All right, guys. Well, that is it for our weekly webinar. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you feel inspired to work on your website. And remember, if you have any questions throughout the weekend, throughout the week, if you're stuck, anything like that, please hit up this Facebook group, and we are here to help you out. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm Kristen. Thanks so much for watching.